the 5th of June 2025, I at 101 has made the point that I would be better off promoting the Gardai and assisting the Gardai than promoting vigilantism. So, in other words, he is saying because you're a respectable citizen, you do whatever the government says. He has no evidence to show that the Gardai support the migration policy we have. In fact, I would go as far as to say that any Garda with more than 20 years service is as abhorrent at the migration and the open door policies as I myself am. It's the government who is loved by I at 101, who's obviously either a Sinn Féin supporter, a people before puberty, or an extreme left-wing mass migration fanatic. So he loves the policy. The idea that a citizen shouldn't complain about the laws and the procedures in government has no basis in law. It has no basis in what's right, in morals, or anything else. None whatsoever. I understand in the case of the man shown in the previous video, in which I rebroadcast an American network showing what was happening, which I'm entitled to do. That's before the courts now, I understand. So there is nothing preventing a citizen from drawing attention to danger to people, informing the Gardai, and if the Gardai act, supporting them, and if they don't act, still drawing attention to it. If I'm walking up O'Connell Street in Dublin next week, and I see an elderly lady, which happened one time, coming across the street, and she's attacked by two people, no matter who they are, even if they're black, yellow, Chinese, Irish, British, or whatever they are, I'm entitled to protect her, and I'm entitled to use minimum force to protect her. The idea that you must wait until the Gardaí arrive and until her throat is cut is not correct in law. There is no such law. You can protect a person. And in fact, it's a criminal offence to see a felony being committed and not to act on it. So I, 101, is a dirty old lefty tramp, and that's all he is, and that's all he can say. Let the people go to hell. The Gardaí acted on that particular guy, and it's before the courts. The only thing I can say is that he expressed disgust at the advertisements that are on YouTube. And in that, I mean, I can understand, I don't condone it, but I understand where he's coming from. The stuff you get on a YouTube video, you could be watching one on lathes or milling machines or welding, and they start blasting you with have sexual consent. Don't be going after anyone and having sex without asking them first. This is the stuff they're giving us. And other old tamu and your dream, shop like a millionaire, even though you haven't an arse in your drawers. Shop like a millionaire, but that's a different issue, and that's up to YouTube. They have to make money somewhere. So the thing is that the idea that we shouldn't complain, the idea that I put myself forward as a farmer with cows, is abhorrent to these lefties. But we are winning. They can't explain their policy. I often debated with these people years ago, and they tell you Ireland needs more people. We need more people. We'll have a more efficient society if we double our population. You can imagine what the roads will be like. But the thing is, none of this migration was put before the people in any referendum, and if it had been, it would be flatly rejected. And I've seen other comments there about Carol Nolan and Verona Murphy joining with the government. It's not that they joined with them out of the problem. It's that they did it without any demands on the key problems facing our country. We see that Geert Wilders has pulled the plug on the Dutch government, and glory for him. So it'll bring stability, and there is instability, and there is instability now all over the country and all over the world. And we see that Tommy Robinson, Yaxley Lennon, who got out of jail, was immediately arrested for threatening two journalists. A lot of people don't realise that the English courts have ruled that a police officer is incapable of being provoked into violence. A policeman took up a man for breach of the peace, and the judge ruled that he was trained, and you couldn't insult him, so he'd assault you. If they're journalists, I would say they're entitled to be exposed. They're entitled to take a bit of flack. Their job is to go into areas of danger and report. And here they're going crying and whinging. He threatened me, I can't write for the woke newspaper and LBGPQ. This is the thing about it. I don't know how that'll go. But I will tell you one thing, and it's very important to understand this. Tommy Robinson has gone forward and demanded to plead guilty, and he's going before a jury in Suffolk Court in London. And that means he'll have a jury trial, and there's going to be unbelievable fun with that. A jury is going to have to decide what his crime are, and they'll have to agree 10 to 12. 10 out of 12. So will they manage to convict him? And he gets a say there, and it's all out in public. The first thing the Crown Prosecution Service demanded was he plead guilty there and then and get us jailed. He said no. That's back to Magna Carta. Is right. The next thing is they demanded that the judge put a complete ban on reporting. Why? They said it meant the trial wouldn't be fair. He doesn't want a ban. He doesn't care what people think. But the real reason is, of course, they want nothing to show about the case and the migrants and all of that stuff. And he's anti-Islam and anti-Muslim extremist. But the judge ruled no. It can be all out and open. So they're losing. People like Tommy stands up to them, and this is what breaks them down, because bad cases make bad law, or hard cases make bad law. There's a Lucy Connolly in prison as well. So Keir Starmer's Labour government's policy, in line with the EU, is to jail anyone who dares speak against him, and it's not going so well for him. Now, another very important point to remember is the jury trial. Drunk driving in the Irish Republic is not triable by a jury normally, even though the man might have 700 pints of beer and drives. It's triable in the district court without a jury. It's what's known as a summary offence. Most of the hate speech and stuff in Ireland is triable by the district court, with an appeal to the circuit court, but not to a jury. When you're convicted in the circuit court, you can appeal when you're convicted in the district court, the local court, you can appeal to the circuit court to a judge only. If you have the right to go forward, you have a jury trial with a jury of your peers, and he has gone for that. So one of the things we'll be watching for as the draft hate speech laws is, will you have a jury trial? Because if there was a jury trial, I would probably deliberately break the law in a way, keep breaking it until they prosecute me. And then we'd have me in my suit down in the court, and there'd be drama. And we'd have a jury, and we'd select that jury very carefully, rooting out anyone that might be against me, and getting people and friends of mine to examine everyone on it to make sure I had every chance of beating them. And then we'd give the speeches and evidence. So what the Irish government always tries to do is have a triable in summarily. And then they produce a hybrid offence, which means that the Director of Public Prosecutions has the right to go for a jury trial. But they'll never do it, because if they go for the jury trial, that means trial on indictment with a heavier sentence. If they go for a jury trial, that'll mean the chances of the accused being acquitted. But in Tommy Robinson's case, he's entitled to a jury trial. and he got a judge that agreed, and he's now going before a jury. So there's going to be great fun with that. Have I explained all that to you now? If you don't understand it, go ahead. I'm not getting enough abuse from the lefties here. I want more abuse. I'll not delete you, because it's very important that ordinary people who support me in this, and I've coming up to 11,000 viewers, subscribers, realise what the like of the left are, and how hateful they are, and how their best friends are Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and People Before Profit, even though there are TDs in those parties who agree with me, but they dare not speak. Okay, that's a nice wee short video, 11 minutes. I think I've answered all the accusations about the guards and all right. Everyone is expected to be a vigilante for law and order in the country. The first thing happens when there's a crime is the Gardaí appeal for witnesses. So they won't have too far to go to get witnesses there. We'll see what happens with the boys with the Dublin accents who broke up his camp. We'll see what they'll do about it. They're all known. We'll see. Will they prosecute them? My guess is they won't. But we'll see. Anyone who wants more legal stuff from me, ask me, and if I can do it, I'll tell you. Okay, bye-bye.